Hello students, this is Pallab Darbari, your host, and you are watching Pallab Darbari classes. In this video, we will discuss Chapter 2, Business Studies, Class 11th, that is Forms of Business Organization. In this video, we will discuss the cooperative society. We will see the meaning, features, merits and demerits, and types of cooperative society. Discuss the meaning of cooperative society. Cooperative society is the voluntary association of persons of moderate means who unite together to protect and promote their common economic interest. So, in short, we can say cooperative society is a voluntary association. It means association where the people of their own formed a group so that their economic interest should meet out. Let us see the features of cooperative society. The first feature of cooperative society is voluntary association. Cooperative society is the association of the people which is being framed by the people of their own. It is not framed by the obligations from the legal side. Peoples, in order to meet their common economic interest, decided to frame the association. Second feature is legal status. Cooperative society is covered under the Indian Cooperative Society Act, so it has a legal status. Members are treated as different from the society. So member and the society both are different. So the society has a separate legal status. Next is limited liability. In the case of the cooperative society, the liability of the member is limited. Their liability is limited to the extent of their contribution to the society. Whatever the money they have contributed to the society, they are liable till that amount. Next is democratic control. Society is managed by the representatives, and the representatives are appointed democratically by the members. Next is service motive. The main purpose of the cooperative society is not to earn profit but to meet out the economic interest. So the motive is serving the members. The next is bound by rules and regulations. Society is supposed to follow the rules and regulations governing the Cooperative Society Act. Next is distribution of surplus. As the motive of the cooperative society is not profit maximization but meeting out the economic interest of the members. If the society earns a profit, then that profit should be distributed among the members on the basis of their contribution. Features in detail. The first feature is voluntary association. Everyone having a common interest is free to join a cooperative society and can also leave the society after the accomplishment of the purpose after giving proper notice. Next is legal status. It is compulsory that the cooperative society should be registered under the Cooperative Society Act. Next is limited liability. The liability of the members is limited to the extent of their capital contribution in the society. Whatever the money the members contribute, they are liable to that amount, or they are liable till that amount. The next feature is democratic control. Management and control lies with the managing committee elected by the members by giving notice. I repeat the same thing. Management and control lies with the managing committee elected by the members by giving vote. Every member has one vote irrespective of the number of shares they held. So the society is being managed and controlled by the committee, and the committee is being appointed by the members by giving a vote. Democratically they appoint the members. The next is service motive. The main aim is to serve the purpose for which the society is being framed, or in other words we can say the service motive means that the purpose of framing the society is that the economic interest of the members should be met out. The motive is not profit maximization but to fulfill the economic interest of the members. Next is bound by government rules and regulations. They have to be tied, cooperative society has to be tied by the rules and regulations framed by the government. The next is distribution of surplus. The profit is distributed on the basis of volume of business transactions, or the profit is distributed on the basis of contributions or the capital contributed by the members. The merits of cooperative society. The first merit of the cooperative society is easy formation. It is very easy to frame the cooperative society. The thing which we need is minimum 10 persons having the same common interest, or 10 member is needed to frame the cooperative society having the same economic interest. Next is limited liability. The liability of the members are limited. They are liable to the amount they contribute to the business. Next is stable existence. It means that the life of the member will not affect the cooperative society. Members may come, members may go, but the cooperative society will go on. The law has created the cooperative society, and law itself can dissolve the cooperative society. So the life, insanity of the member will not affect the cooperative society. The next is economy in operation. Cooperative society meet out the economic interest of the members. So cooperative society is being framed to provide the economic benefit to the members. Next is government support. Cooperative society always get the support from the government, because the motive of the cooperative society is welfare to the members, and the motive of the government is welfare to the people. So the motive is the same, so most of the time the government also support the cooperative society. Next is social utility. Cooperative society provide the things which is of benefit to the entire society. So social utility is also being there. We will discuss all these points in detail. Let us see. The first is easy formation. It is to be started with minimum 10 members. Registration is also easy as it requires very few legal formalities. So it is very easy to frame the or form the cooperative society. The next merit is limited liability. The liability of the member is limited to the extent of their capital contribution. Next is stable existence. Due to registration, it is a separate legal entity and is not affected by the death, lunacy, or insolvency of its members. The next merit is easy in operation. Due to limitations of or due to elimination of middlemen and voluntary services provided by the members, it is very easy, it is economical. The expenditure to run the cooperative society is less. Easy operation means running expenditure is less. Government support. Government provides support by giving loans at lower rate of interest, subsidies, and by charging less interest, less taxes, less interest, etc. Social utility. It promotes personal liability, social justice, and mutual cooperation. What I said, it provides personal liability, social justice, and mutual cooperation. Thus helps to prevent concentration of economic power in few hands. Let us discuss the limitations of cooperative society. The first limitation of cooperative society is shortage of capital. Cooperative society is being framed by the people who are economically not well off, so there is always a shortage of the capital. Second is insufficient management. Society is being managed by the people who is not managerially sound, who don't have the managerial capabilities needed to manage the business. Then next is lack of motivation. The motive of the cooperative society is providing economic benefit to the members, not to profit maximization. So the person who is managing the cooperative society, they are not getting anything, or he is not getting any money. So the managing team lack motivation to manage the cooperative society. They don't have the motivation. Next is lack of secrecy. Whatever the decision the cooperative society take, they take the decision democratically. So most of the time, whatever the decision is being taken is tipped off to the outside world. So the secrecy is not maintained. Next is excessive control. cooperative society has to follow the strict rules and regulations framed by the government. So it becomes very difficult for the free functioning of the society. Next is conflict among the members. Most of the time there is a conflict. Most of the time members feel that their interest is not properly taken care of. So the conflict is very common. Let us see all the limitations in detail. First is shortage of capital. It suffers from shortage of capital as it is usually formed by the people with limited means, or in short we can say it is being formed by the economically weaker section of the society. So the cooperative society always have the shortage of capital. Next is inefficient management. Cooperative society is managed by elected members who may not be capable and experienced. So it is being managed by the incompetent people. So they are totally unable to manage it properly. Next is lack of motivation. Members are not inclined to put their best. Why? Because they are not getting any reward for their best service. See the next limitations, that is lack of secrecy. Its affairs are openly discussed in its meeting, which makes it difficult to maintain secrecy. Next is excessive government control. It suffers from excessive rules and regulations of the government. It has to get its account audited by the auditor and has to submit a copy of its account to registrar. So excessive control is there, and all this hampers the free working of the cooperative society. Next limitation is conflict among the members. The members are from different sections of the society with different viewpoints. Sometimes when some members became rigid, it results in the conflict. Now let us discuss the types of cooperative society. The first one is consumer cooperative society. This cooperative society is being framed so that the people or the members of the society should get the consumable goods at a lower price or at a wholesale price. The next is producers cooperative society. The producers cooperative society is being formed by the producers who are not economically sound, so that they should get the benefit of bulk buying. I mean the producers of a weaker section frame the society so that they can easily purchase the raw material and avail the benefit of bulk buying. The next is marketing cooperative society, framed by the people who is not financially sound and who can't do the marketing of their product of their own. So collectively they do the marketing. Next is farmer cooperative society. Under the farmers cooperative society, farmers pool the piece of land and collectively do the farming, and the profit whatever they earn or get distribute among themselves on the basis of their share. Next is credit cooperative society. It is just like a bank. The members frame the society or opened up the credit cooperative society, in which members deposit the money in the cooperative society, and anyone who needs money or loan, they can take the loan from the cooperative society, and the rate of interest at which loan is being given to the members is very low. Next is housing cooperative society. The purpose of the housing cooperative society is to construct a house at a lower rate of interest or construct a house at a lower possible cost. Types of cooperative society in detail. First is consumer cooperative society. It formed to protect the interest of the consumers. It seeks to eliminate the middleman by establishing a direct link with the producer. It purchases goods of daily consumption directly from manufacturers or wholesalers and sell them to the members at reasonable price. This reasonable price is much more lower than the market price. Next is producers cooperative society. The main aim is to help smaller producers who cannot really collect items of production and face some problems in marketing. These societies purchase raw material, tools, equipments in large quantities and provide these things to the members at reasonable price. The next type is marketing cooperative society. It performs various marketing functions such as transportation, warehousing, packing, grading, etc. for the benefit of its members. The production of different members is pooled together and sold by society at good price. The next is farmers cooperative society. In such societies, small farmers join together and pool their resources for cultivating their land collectively. Such societies provide better quality seeds, fertilizers, and modern techniques for the use of the cultivation of crops. Let us see the credit cooperative society. Such societies protect the members from exploitation by the moneylenders. They provide loans to their members at easy terms and reasonable rate of interest. The next is cooperative housing society. The main aim is to provide houses to the people with limited means, income at reasonable price. That's all we have in this video. Thanks for watching. God bless you all.